That's what we're watching later.
We're ready for after dinner.
We're ready to sit and watch for dinner.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we are here in the kitchen. We were just telling TikTok, we've been doing this cooking thing on Thursdays for
a long time.
A long time. And we were like, we've never done it on TikTok before. This is weird. Why haven't we ever done that? So why are we here? Because every Thursday night, Nick and I get into the kitchen and we have a Zoom room open where our Kickstarters are joining us right now. We have 28 people in Zoom. And tonight's a really special edition because when Kickstart starts next week, you guys already have the recipes that we will be making. So if you guys want to follow along at home and cook with me while I make the recipes, you can. Or you can just watch, either way. But tonight, it's not Kickstart yet. Well, it is in it, but it isn't.
It's orientation week.
And we were like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And I knew that we are going to be getting some packages. We got a lot. We got a lot because I ordered a lot. Because there's some new products that are coming out. And I wanted to try them. Well, I get to test them out first because I'm an ambassador. So I got some. And then I got my Epic box, which is really cool. I don't know if you guys know this, but you could subscribe to an Epic box and you get just a random products from Epicure, which is really cool. We are ambassadors. So if you have questions, ask us. We'll let you know. So I'm going to start with the Epic box.
What are we doing today with this, hun?
We're doing chopped almost.
We're doing chopped.
No clue what we're making for dinner. We are going to be making something out of one of these boxes. Maybe two things. Maybe one thing. Maybe
we're going to open the box and see what's in there.
And try to figure out. We did prepare one thing just in case. I'm like, hun, pull out protein. So he pulled out chicken breast. Just in case.
Just in case.
We're not 100% sure. Epicure is available in the U.S.
Yes.
Through us as well, so you can purchase it online. Nick will post it online in the chat for you. We love this product. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, and it's really cool because I'm one that if someone gives me something, I have to docker it. I have to change it. I have to make it my own. Well, last night we made the Marry Me chicken.
Oh my God.
I didn't even have to.
I almost divorced him and married the chicken.
The one thing though is someone reached out and said, "Hey, did you use the cream inside?" And I'm like, "No, we used oat milk. We did use oat milk.
We swap out our ingredients all the time. That's a tip for all of you out there. A lot of times, unless you're baking, if you're baking, then you have to follow the recipe. But if you are making dinner and the recipe calls for cream, you oftentimes can swap out for oat milk or different milks. It usually works for most of the stuff that we've ever done.
Yeah, most of the stuff you might not need as much if you want to keep that thicker consistency, but if you put the equal amount of milk, and sometimes you have to realize all of these non-dairy milks don't have the same type of fat content in them as a dairy milk does, right? So anyways, I opened my my Epic box, and oh my God, this is a new product, if I'm not mistaken. It's skillet lasagna. So it's a really quick lasagna that you make in a skillet. So I was hoping that would be in tonight. And then we got some mac and cheese. This is one of our favorite things.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite. Mac and cheese is what made us fall in love with Epicure back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We love this mac and cheese. We use it in different things as well, not just mac and cheese. So you can use it in various ways.
And then we also got the cheeseburger pasta, which is also delicious.
We had that one as well. It's really good.
And then rotisserie, the rotisserie chicken. We've tried that spice as well, which is delicious. Oh my God. The honey garlic meatball seasoning, as well as sweet banana bread muffins. So it's a banana bread mix. That's kind of cool.
Is there chocolate on it?
I don't think so. There's chocolate. Because people put chocolate in their banana. You see, we're not. It's funny. I love chocolate, but it's not my thing in a banana bread. And then there's SPG. It's a seasoning.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
It's salt, pepper, and garlic. No, it's salt, pepper, garlic. SPG. That's kind of cool. I've never had that one before.
Pepper, garlic. We've never had this one before.
And what's cool is it also comes with a recipe card. So if you're not, one to experiment, you could actually just follow along the recipe card and then just have a recipe there. So we have 2 more boxes to open. Oh my goodness.
Do you know yet what you're making?
I have no clue yet because there's so many things yet. So I have to
open the other box so you can go.
You can open the other box. Oh, yay. I got myself some tomato soup because I wanted tomato soup. This tomato soup tastes like Campbell's. It actually tastes like canned soup.
You have to, and what's cool, everybody, all you have to do to add to this soup is add a can of
tomato paste
to it.
And it's made with water, it says, but I put chicken or vegetable broth instead, and it's awesome. It's really, really good. This is best ever chili. I think this is one of the. No, this is the new stuff. No, maybe not. This is some of the new stuff. Best Ever Chili is one of the new products that is coming out. I got a lot of mac and cheese because
there's more there.
I know, but I had to order stuff, so I ordered a bunch. Oh, yeah, this is all the new stuff.
Mac and cheese.
So
do you say we like it? Do you think we like mac and cheese?
We do. We love it. We love it. Not only that, and you know why I do this, guys? Because Epicure will sometimes put things. I wanted a new whisk, whatever. Anyways, Epicure does sometimes put things in a vault, and what I mean by that is they won't
They're
sell
like
it.
Disney.
They won't sell it for a specific amount of time, then they'll bring it back. So that's why because what happens is they might like change the recipe, enhance it, make it better, certain things. There's the super green pesto, there's the skillet lasagna as well, the classic beef stew. I don't remember ordering that. I think that's part of the new stuff.
Pesto. I mean, we got a lot.
And then the home style, I had to get it. I had to get it.
Yeah, because we made our chicken pot pie. So if you go on our website and you go to check jeanlucandnick.com/recipes, 2 weeks ago or before Christmas, Jean-Luc made a chicken pot pie using this. This is the seasoning he used with his chicken, and then he put phyllo dough on top.
I make flowers of phyllo dough.
Instead of using actual dough, he used phyllo dough, so it was actually lower bites.
Yeah,
or
lower
bites. Lower bites or points.
And then I bought Nick more gravy because this is the gravy he loves. We love it too. It's a plant-based gravy as well. So if anybody is vegetarian, you can eat this gravy. There is no like meat product or anything like that.
Really want a lot of chicken pot pie.
I did. And then this is a new one too. It's a lemon poppy seed dressing. It's kind of cool because all it is adding like oil to it and a little bit of water, and you make it a quick little dressing. And I wanted to try this because Nick loves spicy things, but he hates jalapenos. So he won't eat a jalapeno popper, but they have like a jalapeno popper dip. So I was like, he'll eat that if I make a dip out of it and then we use like tortillas or something like that. So I thought that would be cool. I'm telling you, I'm making the lasagna.
Okay, so
I'm making the skillet lasagna.
Okay,
no, you need to find it in there.
Okay.
That's what I've been wanting to make it. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping it was gonna be here today because I saw so many other ambassadors making it. I'm like, I need to try this. I'm hoping I have everything I need to make it.
You want me to take out marinara sauce then?
I'm gonna read the recipe first and see what I need. I just need tomato paste. It says 3 cups of water, a can of tomato paste, and a large saute pan. I do need ground turkey though, so let's take that out.
Yeah,
swap that out. So I'm going to show you guys another thing I do in my kitchen. Everybody, I'm losing my headset. This is my ground turkey. Look at this thing. That's my ground turkey. Because we live in a condo, I flatten it out and I freeze it flat so you can stack it in your freezer and you can put more things in the freezer. It takes a lot less space.
We do the same thing with our sauce.
Our tomato sauce is the exact same way. I'll show you that real quick because it's worth it. And so our tomato sauce, exact same thing. You could do this with soups. You could do this with anything. So again, you can stack, and it's better than containers, right? And then boom, you thaw it out and you're ready. You could just throw this in a bowl of cold water to thaw it, and it takes not that long to thaw it at all. So you want to throw that into some water.
I will throw that.
And then you could start talking because I'm going to start organizing the stuff that I need real quick.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about tonight is an announcement.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited about this.
So we have an announcement to make. So as you all know, Jean-Luc and I frequent Rustic Mama retreats often.
And maybe you don't know what Rustic Mama retreats are. So they are a weekend at a camp, and they're usually like a summer camp for children. But it's an adults only, women's only, other than the 2 gays that they invite over with them. Us. It's a women's retreat weekend where you get to go experience what summer camp's like, but as an adult, with alcohol. There's cocktails and entertainment.
Dance party. There's
always a theme.
There's all sorts of.
There's a theme. There's different workshops you can do, and it's really, really cool. And we've actually become very good friends with the owner, and guess what she has done for KickStart 2020?
So I will talk now about the KickStart score because it's a good segue to talk about the KickStart score. So I was talking about the other day that as you track throughout KickStart, you will be getting points, ballots, as you start doing this program. Every day you submit, you get a ballot for our 3 prizes. But along the way, you're also going to get a status. So meaning If you submit your tracker for 42 days in a row, you will get diamond status. If you submit 90% of your tracking, you'll get gold status. And at the end, you will get a certificate that says your status of what you got. Those who are achieved diamond will be put into a draw to win a free Rustic Mama weekend worth $650. So get tracking, people, because you could possibly, if you get your 42 days tracked, you could possibly go to Rustic Mama for free. It includes your lodging, and includes your food, your activities. The only thing you have to do is figure out how to get there.
Yes.
So I know for our American friends, you'd have to find a way to come to Canada. There are some on the East Coast, some in Ontario, so there's various locations. So we'll figure out how to get you the information. But that's what Rustic Mama has given us. And they're coming as guests as well throughout KickStart.
They are not even guests. They're participating in KickStart. Yeah, there are four people from the actual staff that are doing the KickStart with us. They're committing to 10 things for 42 days. So we were actually honored the fact that Jen was willing to provide us with such an amazing prize for every single one of you, which is awesome. I know we were, it really goes to show you that, you know, when you make great connections and you meet amazing people, things happen, right? Things absolutely happen. And we're so happy to be able to give it to all of you guys, because I know a lot of you wanted to do it. I know it's going to be hard. I'm not going to be in TikTok all the time, unfortunately, because I'm going to be moving.
There, so you're there. You're in it now. You're behind me.
Excellent.
So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is, of course, you guys know we've left Weight Watchers now. We've canceled our subscription. We moved over to Healthy. So we were going to take a bit of time tonight to talk to you guys about Healthy, because we had a lot of people ask us, how does it work? What is it like? How do you guys like it?
We're still learning.
We're still learning ourselves. So number one, people were asking us, you know, how do you download it? So go to your app store, your Google Play Store, I don't know what they're called on Google, your Android store, and go look for Healthy, Healthi. You can download the app, and it's free to use if you're using a calorie tracker. So if you're a person that tracks with calories, you can just get the free application, download it, and just track with that, and you're good to go. But if you want to have your Weight Watchers type plans, there's actually plans in Healthy. One of them is called Better Balance, which is equal to the same plan what Blue used to be when they had the blue, green, and purple. So Better Balance plan is...
Smell that. Oh, I know that sounds
Better Balance. Better Balance is similar to Blue, so they have what they call zero bite foods, not points, bite foods.
And there's 200 of them.
There's 200 cool. Zero bite foods. So that's what you can do. There's also a sugar SS. There's another one, SS. I need your phone. I can actually show them.
My phone is over there plugged in. So Nick will actually pull the phone out while he's saying that. The actual recipe behind the package here for the skillet lasagna says, put the mixture into a bowl, add 3 cups of water. I'm going to add 2 cups of water, and I'm adding chicken broth instead, because I like adding the flavor, right? Chicken broth adds additional flavor. Why just put plain water? You could use vegetable broth for it, I'm sure. And what's really fun is what I love about Epicure is they actually want you to experiment with their seasonings and make different things. They want you to be able to make it as easy as you can by following the recipe on the back, or be creative. So
here is the app. So I'll show you guys on screen here. There's multiple plans you can choose. Mind you, the calorie command, so the one that you're counting calories, is free. The other ones cost money. We purchased the app. It was $49 US for a year. So it wasn't too expensive. I don't know if the deal is still on right now, but we purchased so we can get Better Balance, because we prefer zero bite foods. It's what we lost our weight on. It's what we feel comfortable with. But there's so many options on here. So I'll tell you them. So Better Balance helps you focus on fresh, clean eating. It's based on calories, saturated fat, sugar, protein, includes 200 plus additional zero bite foods. That's not the first plan. The second one is called Keeping Keto. Helps you with appetite control, high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbs. So that's another type. You have Sugar Smart, which is equal to the green plan that you guys used to do back in the day with Weight Watchers. The green plan, that one helps you focus on limiting sugar based on calories, fat, saturated fat, sugar, and protein. There's also one called Conquer Cravings. There's one that's carb conscious, and then calorie command. So you get to choose what plan you want based on how you feel comfortable. So if you are a person back in the day that says, hey, I love the green plan, you can actually go and say, I'll do the Sugar Smart, which is equal to the green plan, and you'll be able to actually continue doing the same kind of tracking as you did before using the Healthy app. You can also like I said, we're doing better balance, and so we get. Sorry,
it's okay.
So we have our 200 zero bite foods, and what we do,
organizing the cupboards make you look for utensils that you're not used to because they're never in the same spot anymore. I found the can opener.
It was there. I knew it was there. um, so those are the options you have for different plans. Now to track, what's so cool about there's a few things we like about Healthy that we found so far. There's a community section, and if you click on community, we actually created a group called KickStart. So we actually have a group in here called KickStart in Healthy. So all of us who are KickStart members are now in here. We can share what we're doing together, our recipes on this app as well. So it's another place for you guys to build a community on the app right here. So that's another thing that we enjoy. To track is very easy. There's a plus button at the bottom. You kind of do plus. You go to food, and then you just track your food based on what you're eating. So there's various options. You can track what we usually do because Jean-Luc and I, so I'll tell you our trick.
We're lazy.
We're lazy.
Well, Nick is lazier than me.
I'm lazy. So when I used to track with my Weight Watchers app, what I would do is I would say, oh, it's lunch. So I would say lunch, 6 points.
We do the quick add.
I always did quick add. I never put all my food. That's just the way I am. I'm a quick, efficient. I don't want to take a long time. He counts my points. I just put it in. So what we've done is I've created lunch as 1 point, and then I just say 6 servings, and that's what I put for lunch. So I've created shortcuts for myself. But you create your own recipes in here. Jean-Luc's recipes are actually stored. The banana oat bake recipe was actually
pointed out, but I don't know how to share it with others. So I'm gonna figure that out. Again, we're very new to this, guys. Yeah. So if you guys are experienced with it, go into the KickStart group on Facebook and share how you know to use the app because it'll help us. One thing that was really cool, you remember yesterday, I don't know if you remember, Nick was trying to figure out his points because he couldn't find, every time he was trying to add a bite, it was the macros would show up and he's like, I don't want macros. And
I don't get them.
They reached out to us like 2 seconds later. It was crazy.
So what was cool is I tagged them on Instagram and he messaged us right away asking, you guys okay? Do you need any help? Which was really amazing for people who need help on this app. So if you tag them, you go on Instagram, send them a question, they actually answered right away, which is really cool. The Zero Bite food list is kind of similar. There's a lot of the similar foods that you saw on Weight Watchers. So you have fish, you have all the vegetables. The few things on here that we've lost, like so example, oats is not on here anymore. So oats is no longer a 0 point food on this list. So you have to check to see because it is slightly different because it's based on a different type of plan. So you can actually check on this. You can actually check this list though if you actually download the app and get the free app, so you can see which one would work better for you. If you go to their website, you can actually get information to see, okay, what works for me, what doesn't work for me.
What it actually does, there's a questionnaire that actually you answer, and it will suggest the best plan for you in a sense.
Hard-boiled eggs are still 0. Kale.
Kale.
My favorite.
Nick's favorite. Nick loves kale.
So there's a lot of stuff. And so we're still testing the app. So we're not used to using it yet. So what we are planning to do is as we start using it more, we're actually going to probably do a video to show you guys how we're using it to give you guys an idea. Because I know a lot of people were asking questions today.
There's still a scanner, which is really cool. Do you have the phone there for a second? Because because it's a great segue. I went back and bought myself some bovril. I love my bovril. I just put ground turkey into my frying pan right here, so you can see ground turkey right there. And because it's turkey, and normally you make a meat sauce with beef, I season my turkey with beef seasoning to make it taste like beef. Like, whoa! And people are like, really? And it works. It works for hamburgers. It works for spaghetti. And it just adds a different flavor to the meat, which is fantastic. I had it working the other day.
It gets blurry.
Oh, it gets, but you got to go up. Yeah, further out, the better. It should find it. It might not know it either because it is a Canadian product. So we might have to do it manually. But I know it's 0 points. But let me get some first because I'm going to use it no matter what.
So I'm going to check. So
what's the serving? I have it right here. I have the bottle. 1.5.
For anybody watching on Facebook or watching the chat tonight, so if you're ever looking for the session links going forward, because we're having issues with their emails, number one, when you register for an event, that email when you register has the Zoom link in it. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the email when you register, that email itself has your Zoom link. So keep those emails when you register. Second, if you're on our Facebook group and you've signed up to an event, I invited everyone today to 2 events in a Facebook group. When the event launches, you can actually open that event on Facebook. In the top right corner, it says go to link. You can click that link and it'll bring you to Zoom automatically. So those are 2 options where you can actually get your link to join Zoom. Our website email is not working correctly. I tried to fix it. That's why I'm trying to find different ways of sending stuff out. So hopefully you guys will be to So Jean-Luc is making this right now. He's making skillet lasagna from Epicure. So
we've never had this before.
It's a new product that just came out, so we're just trying it for the first time. And we both love lasagna. You're using the chickpea pasta.
I am going to use chickpea pasta. I don't know if it's going to cook the same way because it's very interesting as a lasagna when you make it in the oven. So we'll see what happens.
I'm going to show you guys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
Are you going to join the Zoom and share the screen?
So let me see if I can do that.
I'm just cooking my meat right now, so I'm letting my ground turkey cook and sizzle. So while he does that, I'm sure you all know how to cook ground meat, right? We're all good, right? Right.
I don't.
No, I know you don't. That's why I do it for you. Oh my God, I love the smell of bovril. I've missed it.
Yeah, so for those of you wondering, bovril is a condensed beef broth. So it allows you to add beef flavoring to your food. And I think in the States, you guys have something called Bragg's.
Or Knorr.
It
could be Knorr.
That's a similar brand. So if you look for those types of, what it does is it tricks you. You know, like sometimes you want beef, like you want a burger, you don't want it to taste like turkey burger. So what we've done to trick ourselves is we put a bit of bovril in it so that when we actually eat it, it feels like you're eating a beef burger.
Like I'm smelling it right now and it doesn't smell like turkey right now. It actually smells like beef is being fried up in the frying pan, which is phenomenal. Ooh, I can hear myself.
Just for a second.
I know.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Give me a second. If I can. Will it let me? Share. Yes. Screen. Okay. Let's see if it works. You guys see my screen right now? No, it didn't work. Give me a second.
It didn't work. 1 second. So as he talks about that, I lost my train of thought now.
There we go.
Sure, you could show them how to point the bovril.
I'm going to do not disturb.
And then you should do that as well.
Okay. So let's go to healthy. So for those of you wondering, see the little icon at the bottom with that plus signs? That's the healthy app. That's what it looks like, okay? So you're going to click on the app, and when it logs on, I'll show you guys a few things I was talking about. So in the top left corner, you'll see that Jean-Luc is pictures up there with Peru, and you'll see in the top left corner, there's a little cog there. So if you click on that and you click on weight loss plan, this is where you can actually change your plan to all the ones I was telling you about earlier.
And when you are a pro member, you can go through any plan whenever at any time. You don't have to stick to the same plan. So if you try it for a bit, we always recommend, and this has always been, try one for more than a day or two because you won't see change if you don't try it for a consistent amount of time, right?
So now I'm going to try to count. So this is your main screen of the Healthy app. You'll see it's the same kind of look. You have daily points, weeklies, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, your activity. We actually have our Apple Health app connected directly through this app so we can actually see how many activity points. You can track your water and you can also weigh in. So at the bottom, you can actually click plus and you can see there's a calculator there. So you open the calculator and you can actually start adding your stuff just like you used to do with everything else. So calories would be 5, saturated fat is 0, sugars is 1, protein is,
I need the recipes,
1. So 0 bites. So we know that this is a 0 bite food. 0 point food for those of you Weight Watchers members. And I'm pretty sure I remember this was a 0 point as well for Weight Watchers members as well. So
but always remember, the more you use, it's per serving, right? So you have to make sure if you're using 4 servings of it, make sure you're doing 4 servings because it could eventually become points, especially certain things like this, because there's sodium in it, there's certain things. So you want to make sure you're always checking how much you're using.
So yes, right now Jean-Luc is frying up half a pound of ground turkey. So what we do when we buy our turkey is we split it in half always. We put half of it into into 2 separate bags, and we flatten them out and we put them in the freezer that way. So other things on here that you can see. So I can actually do a weigh in here. I can add my weight. You can track what you want. The community I was talking about is right down here. See at the right corner, it says community. So if you click on community and you click on the top where it says those 2 little people at the top, beside the little house, that will show you the groups. And you'll see right there, KickStart with Jean-Luc and Nick. So if you're in healthy, you can actually go search for KickStart and it'll show up right there. And you can go into it. And there's already 50 of you joined our KickStart group on Healthy already. So you can actually join, and these are people's posts. So I'm not going to show them because those are private. So that's essentially, a quick.
As much as what we know
about the app so far. So what our plan is eventually is to learn more, and then we'll share with you guys as we learn, because that's what this is all about. It's all of us learning together, trying to navigate different things. And yes, we are going to talk about this, but we're also going to still talk about Weight Watchers points. We're not going to just stop talking about it.
We might not be able to calculate them because we don't have access to that. But always remember, the recipes are there. The amounts are there. So you're always able to go figure that out on your own. And there's a lot of similarities, I want to say. But again, you want to try to be as honest as you possibly can. So make sure you're using your trackers to get your exact number.
And KickStart is about variety. We're all here doing different things, but we're all here trying to achieve something.
Why is it that someone that's doing one program cannot do one thing from another program? Oh, there's a piece of meat there. Sorry.
So this is done. Do you want me to calculate the chickpea?
Yes, I need to calculate the chickpea.
So I'm not going to see if I can calculate.
And let's talk about some chickpea.
Oh yeah, so chickpea pasta is another brand we love. We love the lasagna noodles. Sometimes there's tricks to cooking the other types, so I'll talk about both types. The lasagna noodles, if you put them uncooked in your meal, it is amazing. The lasagna noodle from chickpea.
Yeah, you don't need to boil these. These are oven ready. The only thing is they need to be cooked in a lasagna that has a lot of sauce. A lot of sauce. It needs to be saucy. And when you're when you're cooking it, when you have your lasagna already made, you actually one of my little tips is it has to be cooked with a piece of foil on top. And what I do is I take foil balls and I put them on top of the lasagna, then put the foil on top of that. So that way my lasagna, all my cheese that I put on the lasagna doesn't get stuck to the top of the foil. So when you pull off the foil, you just get 2 little spots with no cheese, but that's okay because by the time you cut it, you'd never know.
Okay, so this says serving size for this is 56 grams, or a quarter of the pack is 5 bites.
Wow, that's insane.
5 bites.
And I'm using 2 cups. So figure what that is.
It's 2 cups though. It says grams or quarter of a package. Did you use a quarter of the package?
I don't know. I'm using that. They told me that package here for Epicure says 2 cups.
Yeah, I think it's a quarter of the package. There's this much left. So quarter of the package. No, half the package. So that means it's going to be 10 bites. So 5 bites each for dinner for Jean-Luc and I, because we split everything too.
Eat all of it.
We probably will.
We will.
I'm hungry.
So
I did step twice today. I'm famished.
As far as this goes right now, I've just added the broken up lasagna noodles into the mixture of the sauce and the ground turkey with the bovril. It's now saying to let this cook and bring to a boil for about 15 to 17 minutes.
Veggies with it?
Yepers.
Okay, so I'm gonna take
Always. What kind of veggies do you want, though?
I think I'll do the rest of the green and yellow beans.
Mm-hmm.
This is our steamer.
That's one of them.
We have 2 kinds, and we'll show you both and why we use different kinds. So this one right here is, we use this one. It's called a Bella. If any of our products we share are all on our website. So if you go to jeanlucandnick.com/Amazon, this is on that list. So if you're looking for a steamer, go check it out.
Scroll down.
Yeah, scroll down.
There's a lot on the list.
So why do we use this steamer? It's good for corn, green and yellow beans.
Yep.
Brussels sprouts, asparagus. It's good.
Steaming buns.
Steaming buns. Steaming hot dogs.
Yeah. Ooh,
it's really good for doing that kind of steaming. And why we use it is because story time, everybody. Who here has grown up and parents made some broccoli and then you got the broccoli on the plate and it became mush? Mush don't happen in here. That's why. That's why we use this.
What's really cool is you put the timer on, but I always put it for less. And then I let it sit there because guess what? The water inside this reservoir is warm. So if you overcook it and then if you put the timer on too long and then let it cook the entire way, then by the time you get to it, it gets But if you put a less of a timer, so it takes about, I'd say 12 to 15 minutes, but I put it in for 10 and then I let it sit there for the additional 2 to 5 minutes without it being plugged in. So gradually the temperature of the water goes down and your broccoli is still cooking. And then by the time you're ready to get everything done, boom, your broccoli is perfect. Because I don't like
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I'd love some Brussels sprouts. I might even bake them. I'll probably put those in the oven.
Okay, perfect. So we have a second steamer. This is the Epicure steamer or baker. It comes with a little colander thing. I don't know what you call this thing.
It's
So what you do is you fill this up with water. It actually comes with instructions. And what it does is it tells you the exact time. So I know for broccoli, it's 2 minutes. So broccoli tends to be something that's there's a fine line when broccoli is good or not, right? It's either too hard or too mushy. So you have to have that right fine line. And if you don't catch it,
sometimes Siri, set a timer for 12 minutes.
When you eat that broccoli, it's like, So it comes with actual instructions on here, and it tells you for which vegetable, how long you should put in this thing in a microwave to cook your vegetables. It's good for even pasta. It's good for different rice. You can use it for broccoli, cauliflower, baby carrots. It's not good for green and yellow beans.
Yeah, we didn't like it for that.
It tasted. They became like
tasty.
They were in great.
I don't know why.
But the multi-steamer. So yeah, so what we do now is we cook our broccoli in here because it always comes out perfect. And then we use this for corn, green and yellow beans so that we can actually get those to cook and sound a little bit better. So these are the two things that we're going to use tonight. So I'm going to start cutting some veggies. And Jean-Luc, you want to talk about what you're going to do with the Brussels sprouts after
I'm probably just I'm going to make the smashed Brussels sprouts that I made the other night. Since everybody was asking me about them, I'm just going to go ahead and make them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the Brussels sprouts into halves. Nick's going to clean them up for me. And as he does that, we'll put them into a bowl. In that bowl, I'll probably I won't even add. I'm going to use my handy dandy. I love this thing. I bought this on Amazon. If you don't have one, buy one. I'm going to tell you, it's one of these spritzers, the olive oil spritzers, especially if you don't want to. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. When we were losing our weight, and I'm doing the same thing, if I was spraying oil, I never counted those points because you're not using a full teaspoon or tablespoon. You're spraying it. I even do this when I make my popcorn in my popcorn popper. Instead of pouring oil in, I put the popcorn in the popper. I spray it because our popcorn popper has a rotating arm on it and it moves. I spray a little bit on top and it still pops. So you don't, I think what happens is a lot of times we think we need a lot of oil. So and you don't need a lot of oil. And there's a lot of times when you are making stuff on the stove, you can use water instead. So this little thing is cool because it has a spray button. So if I press this little nos there, it'll spray.
And that's get on our website as well.
There. And then if you want to pour, you can still pour right here. I got to unlock it. Then you just pour it from the top, which I love this little thing.
So the other thing too that I want to say to you guys too is it has to do with, I forgot. I got my thing taught now. I was going to say something having to do with
what?
Oh, yes. So any of these products, so even that sprayer is on our Amazon shop. So what we do is for you guys is we buy products, we test them out. And if they're good, we add them to our Amazon shop. If they suck, we don't put them on there.
You guys didn't know this earlier, but while I was talking, I showed this thing and you guys were all talking and I put it somewhere and I couldn't find it. So I had to go get another one and I just opened the cupboard and it was sitting on the shelf in the cupboard in our dishes. So I was like, oh, this is where I put it. I do that often.
And what's cool about this steamer as well is that it has multiple levels. So if you're cooking different things and you have, say for example, carrots or turnip, things that take more time to cook. You can put them on the bottom level. And on top, you put things that take less time. And then when the one's ready, you take the top off. You can put the lid on the bottom section, and you're done your first layer. And you can use it for multiple things to cook at the same time.
You know what's something I would like to really talk about a little bit today? I was at work today. I was actually working in the office. I had a few meetings that I had to attend in person. And how cool is that today we were talking about professional development stuff. And guess what term came up? SMART goals. SMART goals. Maybe that's appropriate to talk about SMART goals right now since we're all working on our 10 commitments. So maybe creating a SMART goal, right? Simple, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, right? And create SMART goals. And then from that SMART goal, create your commitments to go along with that SMART goal, right?
Because we are going to talk about that tonight a little bit because it is Thursday. We have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we start on Monday, January 13th. That means you guys should be having an idea now of what your commitments might be, or at least your goals are going to be. So remember, we talked about the other day. First, you're going to find your main goals. What is it that I forgot. This is what I wanted to share. I just remembered. Jerry, thank you so much. Jerry shared in KickStart on how to share recipes. And healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she just said that she did that for us. I just saw the note and I was like, that's what I wanted to say. Now back to what I was saying. So yes, finding commitments, okay? So first step, your goals. What are you trying to achieve in 42 days? And remember, it's 42 days. We end on February 23rd. So you got to make sure that what your goals are aligns with your life during those 42 days. If you know you're going to be flying for work for the whole 42 days because you're on a project and you're flying over the world, maybe saying that I'm going to sit in my bed every night and make, like, I don't know, make origami in my own bed every night. That might not be a good commitment because you're actually going to be you're not going to be at home to do this. Yeah. So you got to look at your 42 days and figure out, okay, what goals work for my 42 days? So then you identify those. Once you have your goals, then you start creating commitments. And commitments are small steps. So it means you're trying to break down these things to the smallest possible thing you can do. Don't make them difficult. If one of your commitments right now is, I want to walk an hour every day for 42 days, I'll tell you right now, I would reduce that. Try to make them very easy.
Unless you're already walking an hour every day for right now. If you're walking an hour every day right now, don't tell me I'm going to be like, I'm only going to walk 10 minutes. No.
We're
you
just saying.
still want it to be what? Realistic, right? So if you are an avid walker, say, I'm going to do an hour and 10 minutes because that's realistic. It's only adding a small little thing to something you're already doing, right? So think of it that way.
So once you have come up with all these commitments, and we've had a few people email us, again, we offer this to everyone. If you want to send us your commitments, we will look through them and give you suggestions on maybe tweaking them or changing them if they're too difficult or if we think that they need to be changed a little. So just let us know. Send us an email. We will look through them for you. And then what you do from that is that you pick your 10. Well, you pick your 9. Because you have to pick 9, because number 1 is always tracking every day for 42 days. So number 1 is always tracking. 2 to 10 is what you choose. You don't have to tell us what it is.
Nope.
You don't have to write it anywhere.
You don't have to tell anybody.
You don't have to tell anybody.
It could be a secret.
It could be a total secret what your commitments are. We're not expecting you to share with everybody. If you want to, please go ahead. But
because some other people might be like, oh my God, I have the same commitment. Can we work together on this? Because I know I might struggle with it.
Exactly.
Right? That's why you also have your sidekicks to help you out with that.
So you work on your commitments. You find you have your list on Sunday. When we do our KickStart kickoff on Sunday, Jean-Luc and I will come with our list of commitments that we have, our big list. And we will sit with you guys and go through them with you, explaining our commitments and how we came to them. So you guys have an idea of how we came down to our final 9 that we want to do for 42 days. And then on that night is when you're going to finally decide what are my 9. So that the next day on Monday morning, January 13th, is going to be your first day doing your 10 commitments. And I know some people are saying, I can't do 10. That's okay. Number 9 could be, I'm going to love myself every day. Check. Number 10, keep young and breathe every day. Check. Those are commitments. They work. You can make them anything you want.
And I know you're thinking, how is that going to help me anyway? How is me telling myself I'm going to breathe every day going to help me? I know that sounds silly, right? Because it's something that we already do. But how many times do we not allow ourselves to take those moments to breathe, right? Especially when we're stressed, when we're angry, we're upset, when we're happy. Like, so we need to take those moments to breathe. So putting it down as a commitment is a great start, because these commitments are things we build upon as we keep going.
And another thing we wanted to share with you guys is, if your commitments are difficult for you, it's okay.
Yep.
You can change them. If
Well,
after a week,
adapt them.
So after a week, you've done your first week of your commitments and you realize, you know what? I told myself I'm going to walk an hour every day. It's just not feasible. So maybe at the end of the first week, you'll say, you know what? I'll reduce it to 30 minutes. I'll make it a 30-minute commitment instead of an hour. That's fine. We're not here to, dictate you. We're trying to build you guys habits. And how long does it take to create a habit? They always say
21 to 28
21 to 28 days. For 42 days, you're going to try to do something that you're trying to achieve for yourself. And what we're hoping is that by day 42, if you're stick to your commitments for 42 days, you'll be like, you know what? That walk for 30 minutes now is like second nature. I've done it for 42 days. It's part of my life now. Or that breathing every day has now become part of my life. Or having a veggie at every meal has now become part of my life.
So this is a good example. Breathing. What does that bring you to? Meditation. Maybe you're not a meditator. Maybe that's a goal you want to do, is I want to start meditating. But before you can even start meditating, you need to learn how to breathe. So maybe by starting your first 42 days is, I'm just going to take 5 minutes a day to myself and just breathe. And then the next time you do it, breathe. Oh, yeah, isn't that Faith Hill? Yeah. Her husband's hot. So anyways, Tim McGraw. But the squirrel, sorry, got really distracted. But the next kickstart, you then say, okay, now instead of doing just 5 minutes of breathing, I'm actually going to try to teach myself how to do 5 minutes of meditation. And then grow upon that every single time. Instead of overwhelming ourselves with all of these things all at once, the smaller it is, the more you feel like you can achieve it. And you actually do it. That's the cool part.
Yes, because Jean-Luc said something there. Kickstart is not just one and done. So we actually we changed the start date for Kickstart Spring Summer. It'll be after Easter.
Yeah.
Because we realized starting before Easter might be not kind. So we're going to start after Easter. So Kickstart Spring Summer will come back. Between Kickstart, we call it Kickstand, which is where you are actually taking your commitments and trying to keep them as habits while you're taking that time off.
Especially the ones that you've struggled with during those 42 days. So out of those 10 in Kickstart, we say, pick the ones that have been the ones you're like, yeah, I kind of did that one, maybe 60 or 50 or 30%. And those are the ones that we want you to continue working on through Kickstand. And there is another book that will come out for Kickstand that's, again, optional, not mandatory, but people have asked for that. So that's why we do create another journal for that. That's Devin's day. Hey.
I'll actually show you guys something today as well.
Our green bags? No, what are you showing?
I'm going to show them the Kickstart score.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That doesn't go in there. So I'm going to share my screen again as Jean-Luc continues making our dinner. Oh, we're having a salad too?
Yeah, I throw a salad in there.
This is fun. It's chopped. We're just making up as we go. So.
Oh, timer's done.
Hey, Siri, stop the timer. Now your homes are all going, I don't have a timer going.
It said 15. Okay, the recipe said 15 to 17 minutes. I only did 12 because I know that chickpea pasta is different than other pastas. It might not take as long to cook because it's been in the sauce. So I'm going to try it right now just to see if the pasta is ready or not.
And then Linda, that's exactly why we created the book. You said it keeps you accountable. That's why we created it. A lot of people said, it's hard for me to do this on the website alone. You guys want to write notes. You want to write your thoughts, what's happening. The book allows you to do that. There's exercises in it as well. And next time we're going to... So Jen said her Siri heard us, and it said it couldn't help her with that.
That's hilarious. I love it.
So I'm actually going to share you guys a dashboard again quickly, because I'll do another demo while we're doing this. This is what today is all about. It's having a recipe, and also sharing a bit about KickStart so you guys get the best of both worlds. So here's the dashboard again today.
Excuse me, honey.
So you'll see that when you scroll down, first of all, you'll see that there's a news section, latest news. So for anybody who's been having issues receiving our emails, you can actually come here now and read our newsletters straight from here instead of waiting for the email. So for example, today, this was this morning's email. All of it, the information is here. So you can actually go on a dashboard now if you're not receiving emails. Another thing that I want to show you guys is up here, there's a section called See Your Stats. You see right here that I'm highlighting? So click on that. This is where I was talking about earlier about diamond and gold and silver and bronze. So what's going to happen is
lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
What happens is you're tracking the entire time. Every day you're going to submit your tracker for KickStart saying you completed your commitments. This page is going to start showing you your status. So as you progress through KickStart, every day you submit, you're going to be given a status, a score, and a status. So you're going to get 0 to 100%. Those of you who have 100%, meaning you submitted your KickStart tracker every day, doesn't matter if you did all your commitments, all that matters is you submitted it, you'll get 100% diamond status. Those of you who do it 90% of the time, you'll get gold status, then silver and bronze. And this is all explained right here in the text right here. So if you load the page, it explains to you. I can actually scroll in so you guys can see better.
Scroll, scroll, scroll.
So see, it says right here, KickStart status is when KickStart score is 100%, then status is diamond. 90 plus is gold, 50 plus is silver, 25 plus is bronze. So what does that mean? Well, that means is that you want to get diamond. You want to get your certificate at the end that says, hey, Patricia, you got diamond.
Why? Because you want to get a chance.
You got diamond. Hey, Julie, you got diamond.
Because you want to get that chance to win the Rustic Mama Retreat.
You also want to win the Rustic Mama Retreat, but you want. I love getting 100% on my tests, so I want to get diamonds.
Yeah, and
right? Donna's like, yes, me too.
One thing I do want to say about that is when it comes to that, for the 3 prizes that we pick on our website, the $50 3 prizes, 3 people would win $50 worth either Amazon gift card, what's the other 2? Our store or Epicure products. You get as many ballots as you want in that one. As many as you fill out, you get ballots. But for the diamond status, only 1 ballot per person to win the Rustic Mama Retreat prize.
So what's going to happen is this section here, in red, you saw it says statistic and value. So when you start tracking, you'll start seeing some stats show up there. It'll show you how many times did you complete number 1 of your commitments? How many times did you submit it? What's your weight? How much weight have you lost? All this information will start appearing as KickStart starts. You'll also see below here, date, number 1, 2, 3, all this down here. More data will show up here. These will be your submissions. So when you track, a few days later, you come back here, it'll say, oh, okay, so on January 13th, I submitted my tracker, and it'll tell you what you submitted.
I do want to reiterate this, okay, guys? And I'm going to be very honest with you. Nick is the one that updates all of this information. It's not simultaneous, okay?
It's manual.
It's a manual process. Nick does it all. So please just understand that if you go in a couple hours later, like there's no change, it'll most likely happen either the next day or maybe 2 days, depending.
24 hours.
It could take up to 24 hours.
Just like your status thing, your little status number, it says at the top of the status, says it take up to 24 hours. I have to do that manually as well. So that's why these things take 24 hours, because I have to do them off work hours. So I to get them done. So I'll stop sharing my screen now to go back to the cooking. So that's a bit of information about why you're tracking. You're going to get a score. And so at the end of KickStart, you will be able to print this. Everybody who did KickStart last time, like I said on Tuesday, have printed out their final score and all their stats. Why is that important? Well, if you're coming back for this spring-summer session, and you're doing similar commitments, and you start doing it, by the second session, you get your second score. And say you're doing the same commitment twice. Say one of the things you struggle with is snacking at night. I know that's what we all struggle with. So say in this session right now, your commitment is, I'm not going to eat snacks after 8 p.m. And you start doing it this session, and you get, say you eat snacks 32 days out of 42. That means your percentage of getting that commitment will be low. So when you do the next one, if you want to do that same commitment again, you'll get another score and you can actually compare and say, wow, last time I got 10%, this time I got 60%. Wow, I'm really getting good at this commitment. So it's a way for you to see how you're progressing through the things you're trying to do in your life. Because that's the thing. This whole commitment thing is about changing your life. It's about finding things that you want to work on in your personal life that you need to do, but you know that doing it on your own is a struggle. You know, sometimes cleaning a cupboard, cleaning a closet is a struggle. You just don't want to do it. So maybe that's one of your commitments. I'm going to clean a closet 30 minutes every day for 42 days. Maybe that's, or 5 minutes every 2 days, or twice a week. Your commitments can be anything. So the stats are not saved. You have to print them at the end because after the session, they get reset for the next one. I can't keep all the stats. It's too much. So it's after you have to print it at the end, print it out, and then the next session, everything resets again and restart all over again. And for those of you who are saying, I still need to find 2 commitments, that's okay. If you start this Monday coming up with 8, and by the end of week 1, you realize, oh, you know what? I have a 9 now. I think I have a 9 I could put down. That's fine too. We're not policing this. We're not going to be like, oh, Jerry, you only have 8 commitments.
I will.
Yeah, no, you won't.
I know I won't.
We won't do that. That's not how we do this. This is to encourage you. This whole community is to help build you guys up to be able to succeed. All we want to do is pump you guys up for 42 days to be able to succeed on some goals that you've tried to set for yourself that you know you struggle with doing all the time, but now you're going to have a whole community and us behind you to get through that finish line together. How many times have we started January, New Year's resolutions, and within 20 days we stop?
Made 10.
And why do we stop? We're alone. No one's helping us. No one's encouraging us. There's nothing really that's pushing us to keep going. And so we built KickStart to try to be that.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, we try to build KickStart with that in mind to try to help you guys to be motivated and supported for 42 days to achieve something.
And be able to go into a group and say, guys, I'm really struggling with this commitment. What can you guys do to help me? Do you guys have any ideas how I can make this work for me? And you have over 600 and somebody people that are doing the exact same thing differently, but the same thing, right?
I can tell you exactly how many we're at 649 people.
Wow.
Right now. So 649 of you have joined us for the winter 2025 KickStart.
So here are my Brussels sprouts. I'm doing them in the air fryer because it'll be a little bit faster than the oven. I thought I turned it on and I didn't. Brussels sprouts, I cut into half. Nick cleaned them out for me. I added a little bit of...
You're not going to be steaming them.
No, I won't steam them. A little bit of olive oil spray. I have a maple balsamic vinegar I bought at one of those fancy oil places. I put like a drizzle. And no, I'm not going to count points for it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Bites. I'm not doing bites for that because I'm not putting enough. If I was drinking it, different story. But a drizzle, I put some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to just put them in the air fryer right now. I was looking for my nutritional yeast, and I couldn't find it.
So another thing now, it's in one of these, isn't it?
I thought so too, but I'll put it in after then.
I don't think that's it.
Me neither. I didn't want to take a chance. Is it?
Yeah,
it's too late now. Oh, good. I don't need it.
So that's the reason we created KickStart. For those of you wondering, you have to show up to the sessions all the time. No. Everything's recorded. Our step classes, this cooking show, every session, every guest, everything is recorded for you and will be available on the dashboard. If you go to the media section on the dashboard, it's one of the menu options. You can actually go watch the past shows that you've missed. So you do not have to be here live all the time. It's okay if you can't show up at our chats. It's totally fine. Do you have to do the daily tasks? No, you don't have to. They're there if you want them. Do you have to do step classes? No, you don't have to. They're there for you if you want them. We're trying to give you all the tools that we have that we can throw at you, and you choose what you need for 42 days
to make your journey successful.
We're going to be here pumping you up every day. We're going to try to go live in the KickStart group as much as we can to get you guys all revved up every day because we need that too. We created this for ourselves. We're really selfish, everyone.
Well,
it's really selfish.
You know what it is? It's really funny. When we've realized that when we motivate others,
it motivates us.
It motivates us. When we see other people succeed and feel good about themselves, it makes us feel good about ourselves. And maybe that's something that you need to start realizing. Your story is important no matter what. Every single one of you has a story. You have a history. You have experienced things that nobody else has experienced like you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't want you to ever forget that.
Yeah.
Never, never let somebody tell you that you don't have, you are not important and you don't have a story.
Yeah. We
Because
all
you
have a
do.
story. And when we lost our weight in 2018, one of the things that got us through it was our YouTube channel.
Definitely.
We were live often, weighing in and doing our cooking shows, and we knew that was one of our reasons we were successful, is because we had a community watching us, and we felt compelled to be there for you guys. And so when we created KickStart, it was the same kind of idea. We knew that if we wanted to be successful and lose weight, we needed a community to do this with. And so we invited all of you to do this with us because we need the help.
The more the merrier.
We all need the help. And so let's all help each other together and achieve what we want to do. Laura has a question about secret words. No words anymore.
No more words.
You don't need to have a secret word.
No more words.
When you track, you just have to say you attended, and it's all by the honor system now. I'm not going to check.
Yeah.
I might mute you guys in Zoom, but I'm really lenient. Says the husband. I saw you. I can see you in the camera. You're like, you're not really hiding.
I know I'm not. I never hide. So in the lasagna, guys, okay, it was good, but it wasn't my flavors yet. It needed some enhancement. So enhance it to what you like it. It was still good, but to me, it still had there was some missing flavor. So what I added, of course, my roasted garlic and peppers. I asked from Clubhouse. This is a Canadian product. I do not believe it's available in the US at all, which is rare because normally you guys all have the products and we're like, we have that here. And then I ordered my maple bacon because I love my maple bacon. And I use multiple products. As you can see, I don't only use Epicure stuff. Like I use other products as well. So don't be afraid to mix products. Don't be afraid to mix products. I have a lot.
You want to see people?
I have a lot. I'm embarrassed.
You want to see people?
I'm embarrassed. I have a lot. But no. A lot of stuff was gifted to us as well. People have sent us gifts.
We bought this. We
bought that.
We bought this. We bought this.
No, some of that was gifted, honey. He's such a... I'm not even going to say it out loud. You know what word I was talking about. It starts with an A and ends with 2 S's. So
I'm not complaining. I get cooked food all the time. So I'm just, stating the fact. My husband likes spices.
I do.
He does love spices.
I do. But it's one of those things, you know what? I hate to say it. And we're all guilty. We don't look in our cupboards and then we go buy something and we already have it. So I could have just used what we already have in our cupboards. And
oh, that's not the only thing. Look, I forgot.
Yeah, but those are... Leave me alone! I have an issue!
And he ordered more.
Hello, my name is Jean-Luc, and I'm a spiceaholic.
He is.
I love my spices. They make me happy. They do. They make me happy. One thing I was going to say, another thing that I added to the lasagna, you might not have seen this, is I added a huge handful or 2 of spinach. Why do we think we can't add stuff to our foods? Add extra vegetables to everything. One of these days, I will make you guys one of my actual lasagnas. Have you ever put mashed eggs in your lasagna? Yummy.
Or butternut squash.
Or smashed butternut squash. It's yummy.
Really
it's delicious. It adds that creamy, cheesy flavor without adding cheese.
Yeah.
So
you're probably wondering, wow, this is a lot of food for dinner. Like we're gonna have lunch tomorrow.
It's gonna be our lunch.
It's gonna be part of our lunch tomorrow.
We're not eating it all tonight.
We're not eating this all tonight. It's part of the
It's our plan.
One of the things that we wanted to also share with all of you, one of our tips, when we lost weight in 2018 and 19, one of the things we did was remove processed foods. So we bought less things pre-made.
So you're making this too?
Those, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought we were doing that with that. I had no clue we were doing that.
But I need.
Never mind.
There's not much of this.
I'm good. I'm just. I'm gonna shut up.
One of the things that we did is stop buying processed things. Okay, so we stopped buying pre-made chicken nuggets. We stopped buying pre-made pasta sauces, pre-made meals. A lot of the recipes on our website are the recipes we use to swap out those things that we used to buy pre-made. Even like cauliflower bites, things like that, like all those types of things, we started making our own because we realized making it at home, we could control the ingredients inside. And so it makes it, and I won't lie, he makes it better than the store 90% of the time. I often go to a restaurant, like I'd rather go eat at home because he's just that much better to cook.
The reason you go to the restaurant is because sometimes I just don't feel like cooking.
I know, but then I eat subpar food.
Not all the time, because there's some places that we've had delicious food.
True. So that's one thing. Another thing that we did to lose weight was we bulked our meals up with 0 bite or point foods. We often finished our days with points left in our bank. Very often, because we often ate almost exclusively 0-point foods. When we used our points or our bites was when we were going to events, when we were going out, when we were at home. So if you're looking to lose weight, if one of the things that you're trying to do in the 42 days, maybe one of the things you're going to say is, I'm going to concentrate on my meals having at least 2 0-bite or point foods in every meal. That could be a commitment you can make for yourself. Because I said, this is something that really worked for us, because there's a reason there's 0 bite or 0 point. It's because they're healthier for you.
And the odds of you overeating them.
Broccoli.
And okay, how many people have said, I gained 12 pounds eating broccoli yesterday? Nobody's ever said I gained 12 pounds.
Unless it's covered in cheese.
Unless it's covered in cheese and a hollandaise sauce. Yeah. Exactly.
That sounds delicious.
It does. Maybe I can make the hollandaise sauce like a cauliflower hollandaise sauce with the mac and cheese.
You can make like a bacon.
Ooh, that would be good. Anyways, another thing I was saying. So think of this. You want rice, right? A cup of rice cooked is 6 bites, and I believe it's 6 points as well. Why not cut that in half and do half rice and have cauliflower rice for 3 points, but you still get a cup of food, right? Think of those swap ins, and don't replace everything completely.
No.
Lower your bites or your points and add 0 points to it that looks similar to give you the bulk. Because a lot of times it's our eyes want more. And when we see a small portion, we're like, oh my God, I'm still hungry. But if you're adding more of the 0-point stuff, you're not adding all of those excess calories, right?
Another thing too, a lot of us, when we think we're dieting, is salads and chicken and vegetables. So we're here to tell you, we ate pizza every Friday when we lost
weight. Friday.
In 2019-18. We lost weight with pizza every Friday.
The microwave.
But he made it himself. 1 second. He made it himself. But we still lost weight. Being on a diet, trying to be healthy, does not mean eliminating all the foods you love. You know why? Because if you eliminate all the foods you love, eventually you will actually start craving those foods anyways. And because you've not learned to replace that food with something different, you'll just go back to that same food again.
We are not on a diet, everybody. Remove that word from your vocabulary. You are not on a diet. And I want everyone to say it with me right now. We are not on a diet. I don't see mouth moving. I saw 1. I saw 2. We are not on a diet. Exactly.
We are here to learn how to
make ourselves happy and healthy and feel good and love ourselves. Because guess what? When you love yourself, you love other people.
Yeah. So while you're thinking of your commitments, think of what we said tonight. Think about things you can do to maybe change your meals, things you can do to help you with your activity, things you can do for your finances, things you can do for cleaning your house, things you can do for your career, maybe your family. Maybe there's something you need to do for your family that you've been dying to do, but you've not been able. You're trying to save money for a trip. Think of outside the box.
Maybe you've never cleaned underneath your couch. And I know that sounds silly, but it's something.
We don't clean it often.
I know it sounds silly, but those are commitments, right? That's a commitment. Because you're promising to yourself that within the next 42 days, I'm actually going to do this.
Exactly. So we hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session. We're actually going to finish dinner off screen. We'll take a picture. We'll show you guys in KickStart group what it looks like in the end, because it's already 8 o'clock. So we want to make sure you guys have the rest of your eating.
Soon people you can stick around, of course.
You can stick around.
Still be here. We're saying bye to all the live action people.
All the people on the outside world.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us again. If you're having issues,
I'll show them this though, because look at this. Look at that. Like, how cool was that? That was quick, and the noodles are really, really good. It smells good. It's delicious. Oh, show you there. Oh, you want some? Want some? You can have. No, I'm just joking. I'll mail it to you.
So I'm gonna end the live feed. Thank you for watching us, and we will.
Oh, wait. One more thing. I'll show them this too.
Oh, right.
Because they're ready. I like mine crispy. Those are my. And so what you would do after that, I could put them in on a pan and smash them with a glass and then put them back in. You don't really need to in the air fryer, but in the oven, sometimes you just, when you smash them with a glass, you get the smashed. And I like them crispy. Like, look at that. It's yummy. The darker they are, they're caramelized.
Here we were saying about the broccoli. Look at that nice, vibrant green. Just 2 minutes in a microwave. And the broccoli is perfect. So that's the reason why, like, we use this thing all the time for broccoli, because I love my broccoli just like that.
Oh my God. All I could think of, have you guys ever seen years ago infomercial for the Magic Bullet? And there's a lady with broccoli and she's holding a cigarette in her mouth. I'll never forget that.
We actually bonded on that when we first met.
Yeah, because we both remember the commercial. You have to go on YouTube and see if you can find it. Magic Bullet or something. I don't even know if it was a Magic Bullet.
Like curlers and she had a robe.
Because she had a cigarette in her mouth and she's like, I hate broccoli. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I had to go there.
So anyways, we'll end the live feed. Zoom will be with you shortly. And thanks for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 step class.
6:30. I'm not getting it at 5:30.
6:30 step class. Sorry, 6:30 a.m. I'm not waking up at 5:30 either, even though I was awake at 5:30 this morning, but not tomorrow. Saturday, 9 a.m. So those of you on the West Coast, not West Coast, too early. Those of you in Central Time or in Eastern time zones, Atlantic time zones, join us in step. We have a step class at 9 a.m. on Saturday and 10 a.m. on Sunday. They'll be available on Zoom, and we'll be streaming it live, so you can do it from your living room. Join us. It's cold outside.
Camera is also optional. We have many people in here tonight in our Zoom room, so if you're joining us, never feel obligated to turn your camera on. We want to make sure everybody feels comfortable by doing so. And also, we never project your picture onto any of our live, so don't worry about that. It might happen once or twice where the whole screen is, but you're about this big, so don't worry about that. But you'll never I'm sorry, I had to. We do our best to make sure that your privacy is very respected. Okay.
I'm hoping this thing shrinks a little bit. It actually has already. I can fit in these shorts again.
Yeah, we weren't able to wear these shorts.
I wasn't able to wear these shorts a week ago.
A week and a half ago, exactly.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Zoom. Bye, TikTok. Bye. Not Zoom. Don't Zoom. Don't go.
Here we go.
Sorry. And now.